Spend a lot of time on this program talking about the city's utility, the publicly owned utility, MLGW, and things just keep developing. Otis,
Yeah.
we have a new nominee, or appointee, I should say, for a new CEO to run the utility, and it's the mayor didn't have to go searching very far to find him. Doug McGowen is basically his chief of staff, his right-hand man, as chief operating officer, and that is the mayor's pick to run the utility. And then in the same announcement, he announced that Shandell Ryan, who's like a 17-year veteran of City Hall, she is his pick to replace Doug McGowen as his chief operating officer. Yet there is some resistance to the choice. Tawan and Deidre, you've been following this too. Let me start with you, Tawan, on this one. How do you think this shakes out? Do you think that the mayor gets his pick through? Most, off-the-record comments are that he has the votes.
I don't know. I don't know if he has votes or not, but I do know this. It seems to me this plan was baked in the oven some time ago, and all of this just didn't happen within 2 weeks. The resignation, the new appointment, and now it goes for the council and it's pulled. And for the council for the chairman to pull it from the agenda signifies three things to me. Number one, they may not be satisfied with the candidate because, well, you remember Strickland's campaign on Brilliant with the Basics? Well, this is the person who was in a key position for the operation of those basics. So they may know things that we don't know about the operation of city government. Number two, it may be because they think that in transition, with only a year left on the mayor's term, that maybe they should let it just float until the next 11 months and a new mayor is elected, and the 5-year appointment will be made by the new mayor.
Well, that feels a little like some of the games Mitch McConnell played on the Supreme Court. Well, he's got a year to go. Exactly. Better not.
It's a Mitch McConnell plan. They may do something like that, or they may be concerned about TVA and all of that, and want to know more about positions of people before they take that seat, because that is a big decision for this community, and they may want that litigated in the public through the election of the new mayor.
I would argue, though, that the public facing Doug McGowen that the taxpayers have seen over these 7 years that he's been running the city, and don't forget he commanded a Navy base and he's also basically ran the city for the mayor, has been impressive, not the least of which was when we had the fiasco surrounding the vaccine deliveries, and they had to take it over from the health department, and he handled that pretty flawlessly and pretty quickly.
Oh, I would say so. I think the public image here of Doug McGowen is a positive image, despite what Tawan is saying about whether he has been really brilliant at the basics or not. I think the public thinks he's done a good job. I think there's an issue here about needing leadership at MLGW at the most crucial time here, Richard. The decision about either whether we're going to stay or whether we're going to leave TVA is a major one. And there's some leadership that needs to be there to deal with that issue as we continue on. And so to let this sort of stew out there and allow an interim person to be the leader when nobody thinks that person is going to stay the leader, I think it's a bad thing to do, especially at this critical time. Let's not be the Mitch McConnell here and delay this down the line. And again, a national search is not going to be all that productive when I think you have some quality candidates here in Memphis who can do that job.
Well, Council Chairman Martavius Jones is obviously leading the way on wanting a national search for a new CEO. I don't know, you're right, they cost a lot of money to do those national searches. We did one for J.T. Young, that didn't work out all that well. And we had his predecessor, Jerry Collins, was Harrington's public works director when he was chosen to run that.
And then go all the way back to Herman Morris, who was in there. I mean, you can do national searches all day long, but again, in this one, let's not waste all of that time at this crucial juncture where we need some leadership there to help guide MLGW, which is pretty shaky right now.
Deidre, I know you've had a business
Okay, let
relationship.
me-
Well, I got to get Deidre in on this. You had a business
Okay.
relationship with TVA. But what is your thoughts about how this is going and what this might mean for the future of MLGW?
Well, I think that Doug McGowen's been around for a while. He was actually there when AC Wharton was mayor. So, you know, I think he was working on that Bloomberg project when AC was mayor. And so I think Jim Strickland has 7 votes to make it happen. He just has to get it on the agenda. I don't think that he would have advanced him so quickly if he didn't have those 7 votes. You know, and the mayor's well within his right to advance him if he thinks he can lead MLGW effectively. But I know that the city council has some concerns. I think the last time he was advanced to BCAO, I think the council voiced those concerns, and they still have them. But I think that he's going to win confirmation because I think Mayor Strickland probably has those 7 votes.
Interesting. Tawan, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I do want to say the council, as a former council member, and you're a legislator too, you do know the council can do several things. They can vote it up, they can vote it down, they can delay it, they can send it back and take it under advisement. Something is triggering a hold. I don't know what that is, but you can rest assured council members are going to feel comfortable before they vote.
Now, Tawan, do you think that this council, it'll take 2 council members if somebody tries to remove it from the agenda, it takes 2 council members, right, to try and put it back on?
It takes 2 council members to bring it back to the committee, and the committee will make a decision. And it can go back on, but it still will take 7 votes to advance it, to delay it, to suspend it,
So, Tim,
or vote it down.
mark my word, I bet you the mayor has 7 votes.
Well, I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just saying something triggered a hold, and I don't know what that is.
Well, whatever it is political gamesmanship in my view. And I think we're at, again, a critical time here for MLGW, and we don't need political gamesmanship here. There probably are some council members who just don't like Doug McGowen. But let's leave all of that personal animosity aside, and let's do what's right for the utility and the ratepayers who need some leadership over there, because things are kind of floundering right now.
And it is the mayor's prerogative to choose who he wants to run MLGW. That's one of his.
Some people,
Go ahead.
they may think that there are some people inside of Memphis Light, Gas, and Water,
Oh, that'd be a
or
mistake.
in the community,
No.
that should have had an opportunity
I got to speak up on
to
that, Tawan.
submit resumes.
The last thing we need is somebody who's in the MLGW bureaucracy running the MLGW bureaucracy. This is not.
Well, and T, you know, last time I was on, I mentioned some really capable people.
Yes, you did.
That's right.
You know, could have been good. But, you know, as you know, it's the mayor's prerogative. And I think, you know, with almost a year left, or more than a year left, he's trying to put his people in place. So.
All right.
Now that's what it is. What's going on?
All right. We'll keep an eye on it for
5
sure.
years.
Getting tight on time, so we're going to talk about some of the constitutional amendments that voters will be deciding in November right after the break.